Hey guys, question. What is a 301 redirect? And I'll get back to this picture here below in a second, but let's answer this question. Now, a 301 server-side redirect is actually the most proper way to describe it. It's actually a permanent move directive, and I'll explain this in a second with some examples. In fact, let's dive in. Moving, merging, and multiples to one is how I define the 3 M's here. Moving is simply this. You may be moving from website A to website B, and all those pages that are sitting out in the Google and the search engine indexes, that has value. Well, that value, you want to move that to the new location. And you don't want to duplicate things, right? So a 301 server-side redirect is essentially a directive then that tells the server what to do, as well as the search engines when somebody hits that page. And if it's page A on, if it's page X on server A and it needs to move to B, well, users will see that new page on the new server, and search engines will have this 301 instruction to actually move this as a permanent page move. Double English there. Another example is you might have an existing site where you have, say, just for simplicity's sake, 100 pages, and your new site has 500 new pages, and a bunch of those are actually duplicates of the existing, and you just want to move them, and so you're essentially merging. So if you have a duplicate set, you won't after 301 because you're basically putting them in one central place, right? And multiples to one mean really this, and I'll get back to my first slide here, is you might have something like www.ibm.com or www.ibm.com/index.html or default.aspx or whatever your server is, or you might just have ibm.com, right? Well, these are all different identifiers to the search engines that essentially mean duplicate content. So if you want it to be www.ibm.com, and that is the URL, well, 301s on the server side can actually help that tremendously and make that redirection work correctly. And you often see this, right? If you go to www.ibm.com versus without the W, they should have one place to go to. So if they have determined that the www extension and that directive is the right way to go, then you should not see the non-www. And there's a lot of W's here, but you get my drift, right? So in answering what is a 301 redirect, it's essentially a server-side command that tells the users and the search engines that a file, or a page in this case, has moved to a new location. And eventually the search engine will catch up here and pass most of the juice across and most of the equity and most of the assets in terms of the authority and trust that's been built up. And this is a absolute must to handle the 301s correctly, and it's a common issue and a problem. For instance, CMSs, content management systems, often will duplicate pages, and the author or the administrator of those pages don't actually even know that they're creating multiple pages, and they need to actually move it to one central place. But that is essentially the answer. A long-winded one for the 301 server-side redirect. And more videos are coming up, guys. Watch it.